Welcome to this video lecture series on transportation engineering. In this session, we shall discuss on the traffic flow characteristics and studies. Now, as we know that the measure of the traffic flow is the volume, the density and speed. And the data for the traffic volume, the traffic density, the space headway and the time headway, features of the road, the traffic maneuvers, etc. They are observed, and the basic traffic maneuvers, they are the diverging, merging and the crossings. The density uh, of the traffic can be noted as the number of vehicles occupying a unit length of the lane of a roadway at a given instant, and it is expressed as the vehicles per hour. That means density of the vehicles can be noted as the number of vehicles they are moving through the unit length of the road at a given instant or at a given time. And the time interval between the passage of the successive vehicles moving on the same lane, measured from head to head as they pass on the road, is known as the time headway. That means it is a time interval between the passage of the successive vehicles. That means two vehicles or more than two vehicles when they are moving on the same lane, and they are measured from head to head as they pass on the road. That means at a point A, if car 1 passes and successively when car 2 it passes, that time interval of car 1 passing at a given spot of observation and the time interval in between the car 2 passing through the point of observation, that will be noted as the time headway. The distance between the successive vehicles moving in the same line measured from head at any instance is known as a space headway. Now the traffic flow characteristics. Here we can see the different types of maneuvers in which the vehicle it moves on a lane. First is the diverging maneuver, in which we can see that the vehicles they diverge from the main road. Second is merging. The vehicles from the streams or the distributed roadways, they merge onto the main road. As we can see, the merging is from the right or the left, the mutual, and lastly is the multiple. Next is the crossing, wherein on the roadways there are the provisions of the crossings and the vehicles they cross at this particular junctions. Lastly is the weaving pattern, in which the vehicles they move or they diverge in a weaving pattern. Now this study is useful in the geometric design features such as the volume, the number of lanes and the widths of the carriageway, because the data collected it might be helpful in the geometric design of the features of the road, which might be the volume of the traffic, then deciding the number of the lanes and deciding the width of the carriageway, etc. Next is to decide the traffic regulatory measures like the one-way movement of the traffic, etc. Next, it is also used in order to design the traffic control measures and devices. Now, knowing the traffic maneuvers and the time headway and the space headways, it will be possible to design the traffic control measures like the stops, the signals, the signboards, etc. It can also be used for the accident rate analysis and to determine the measures to reduce the and avoid the accidents. Again, it will be useful in order to decide the speed trends and the traffic patterns, as the data collected will be in regards with the traffic manures and the time headways. So here the speed trends of the various vehicles and their traffic patterns, they will be known. It will also help in order to prioritize for the improvement and expansion of the roads, and for the planning and control of the existing facilities and the routes, and to suggest the improvements and the expansions. Also, it will be useful for the planning of the pedestrian facilities like the sidewalks, crosswalks, subways, and pedestrian signals. Uh, Again, it will be useful for the planning of the signal timing and the structural design of the pavement, and to compute the roadway capacity and plan the mass transit facilities. The traffic capacity studies. Here, traffic capacity is the ability of the roadway to accommodate the traffic volume. It is expressed as the maximum number of vehicles in a lane or a road that can pass a given point in a unit time, usually an hour. That means within an hour, the total number of vehicles which a road it can occupy is called as the traffic capacity. The volume, it represents an actual rate of flow, whereas the capacity indicates a maximum rate of flow with a certain level of service. Next is the basic capacity. Basic capacity is the maximum number of passenger car that can be passed at a given point on a roadway during 1 hour under the most nearly ideal roadway and traffic conditions. It is also known as the theoretical capacity. The possible capacity. Possible capacity is the maximum number of vehicles that can pass on a given point on a roadway during 1 hour under the prevailing roadway and the traffic conditions. Next is the practical capacity. So practical capacity is the maximum number of vehicles that can pass a given point on a roadway during 1 hour without traffic density being so great as to cause unreasonable delay, hazard, or restrictions to the driver, freedom to maneuver under the prevailing roadway and the traffic conditions. The practical capacity can be given as C equals to 1000 V upon S, where S is the average spacing of the vehicle in meters, whereas C is the capacity in of vehicles per hour per lane. The traffic capacity of the maximum flow occurs when VSF upon 2 and the density is Kj upon 2, where the maximum capacity Qmax, or the average volume of the vehicle, will be given as VSF into Kj upon 4, where Kj equals to the jam density, that equals to 1000 upon spacing of the vehicles. VSF equals to free mean speed. K equals to Q upon V, where Q equals to the average volume of the vehicle per hour, and V is the space mean speed of the vehicle in kilometers per hour. Now peak hour factor. It is basically represents the variation in the traffic flow within an hour. The observations of the traffic flow, they are consistently indicates that the flow rates are found in the peak, and a 15-minute period within an hour is not sustained throughout the entire period, and that is why we need to use the peak hour factor. Normally on a freeway, the peak hour factor value ranges from 0.8 to 0.95. So basically, peak hour factor, it represents the variation in the traffic flow within an hour. The observation of the traffic flow, they consistently indicate uh, the flow rates which are found in the peak. Next is the passenger car unit. As we know that the different vehicle classes have a wide range of the static characteristics and the dynamic characteristics, as discussed earlier, say in the earlier sessions. Now, apart from this, the driver behavior of the different vehicle, they also may vary considerably. So hence the mixed traffic flow characteristics are very much complex, and when the comparing to the homogeneous traffic, and it is difficult to estimate the traffic volume capacity of the roadway under the mixed traffic flow unless and until the different vehicles they are converted into one common standard vehicle unit. Hence, in order to um, convert all these vehicles into one uh, standard vehicle unit, the um, passenger car unit is used, wherein a converting factor is used to convert the various sorts of vehicles into one single unit. The passenger car unit value, it depends upon the several factors which are stated as follows. First, the vehicle characteristics. The vehicle characteristics in this regards, they may be the static characteristics and the dynamic characteristics. Next is the transverse and the longitudinal gaps or the clearance between the moving vehicles. Third is the speed distribution of the mixed traffic stream, the volume to capacity ratio. Next is the roadway characteristics. That means what actually is the width, the number of lanes, the type of road. Next is the regulation and control of the traffic, regulatory measures and control measures of the traffic. Lastly, the environmental and the climatic conditions. As per the Indian Road Congress, as we can see from the table, we have the vehicle class and its equivalency factor. For the motorcycle, scooter and the pedestrian cycle, the equivalency factor is 0.5. The passenger car, the tempo, auto rickshaw, agricultural tractor, pickup van, it is 1. Cycle rickshaw, the equivalency factor is 1.5. Then for the truck, bus, agricultural tractor, trailer, it is 3. Horse-drawn vehicle, it is 4. The small bullock carts and hand cart, it is 6. And large bullock cart, the equivalency factor is 8. So with this, we shall stop here. Thank you.